Hello, friends and enemies. I'm here to talk to you about one of the most famous television programming sitcoms of all time, Friends. And Friends wasn't your friend. It was a spell that's still running. Everyone loved Friends. It was funny, familiar, easy to binge, but it wasn't just a sitcom. Friends was one of the most effective cultural weapons of the 20th century. It was engineered to rewire what a generation thought love, family, sex, and adulthood should look like. And it worked. 6 beautiful, aimless adults in their 30s living like teenagers in a Manhattan fantasy, where hookups are harmless, motherhood is an accident, and fathers are optional. The soul never needs to grow. There was no spiritual center, no elder wisdom, no marriage rooted in meaning or any other type of modern relationship that would look like it, no generational continuity. Instead, Friends fed you this message over and over. Delay everything. Mock tradition. Your friends are your family. Family is a punchline. Sex has no soul. Motherhood can wait. Fatherhood is irrelevant. Sound familiar? Now we have an entire generation of women in their late 30s and 40s, many of them alone or about to be alone, confused, anxious, and still waiting for their friend's ending. But that ending was never real. It was designed to stay just out of reach. And here's the part that nobody talks about. Friends didn't come from some underground indie studio. It came from NBC. Owned at the time by General Electric, one of the largest defense contractors in the world. Why would a weapons manufacturer pump $10 million per episode into a sitcom? Because it wasn't just entertainment. It was psychological warfare, a soft MK Ultra for the soul. It was the velvet glove of epieugenics, cultural sterilization without ever needing laws. It made you laugh at the very things that were designed to make you whole. Marriage, children, community, knowledge of the soul, devotion, purpose. Now here's where it gets deeper. Before the age of Friends, there was another tool Hollywood used endlessly, the cross. You've seen it 1,000 times, held up to ward off evil in horror movies, to repel demons. But ask yourself, and to fight vampires. But ask yourself, what force taught you that? Who told you that the cross had power over evil? And why is the same force behind that cross the very one scripting the destruction of your soul through entertainment? What if I told you the cross wasn't salvation? It was programming. It was the branding iron of the soul trap, a symbol that didn't ward off darkness, but bound you to it by faith, by trauma, and by repetition. That's the truth, exposed in my book, Christ is Belial, the fraud that reset time. Because Friends wasn't your friend. The cross isn't your shield. And Hollywood has been running the same demonically coded playbook for decades. This isn't about nostalgia. It's about reclaiming your soul from the cultural malware that made you laugh while you were being hollowed out. If you feel like you've been lied to, if something in your spirit knows that it wasn't just TV, then follow me. Because it's time to rewild the temple and remember who you were before the programming began. This is Nicholas G. Love, author of Christ is Belial, signing out until the next message.